So we've come to the end of another month, which means it's time to do another Blu-ray haul. So to kick things off with this Blu-ray haul, a lot of this was either a pre-order or randomly got them on special offer. I don't think I actually spent full price on any of these except for one, but the rest of them were all special offers, so I kind of couldn't say no because they were that cheap. But to start things off, to complete my Fast and the Furious box set, Fast and the Furious 8 came like 2 days after my last Blu-ray haul when I did the entire box set, but this did come with a nice steelbook. It was literally, as I said in my last monthly haul there, it was like €20 cheaper to buy the box set 1 to 6 and $7 cheaper. So as well, I do get a nice steelbook for Fast and Furious 8, which is just, it's weird. Fast and the Furious having such a nice steelbook like that. But also, I picked up Braveheart. This was actually my first time seeing Braveheart. I had never seen it prior, but I've always heard people go on about how fantastic this movie is, how great it is. Personally, I thought it was good. It wasn't as great as I thought it would be. It's not as great as anyone says it is. It is a very long movie. Mel Gibson does a phenomenal job. It didn't really go the way I thought it was going to go. The action is bloody. I did enjoy it, but it's just not as good as I thought it was going to be. But I did pick this up for, I think it was a 2 for $30 with, it's down the bottom of the other pile, so I'll get to that eventually. But picked up Braveheart. I don't know if I will ever watch that again, but I have it in case I do as well. It is a 4K. Also, with this month, well, there's another one here, but I got kind of on a Rachel McAdams kick. Picked up Mean Girls. I haven't seen this in years. I actually watched this first time like 5 years ago, and then I watched it again this month, and it kind of felt like a new movie because I really forgot all about it, like the burn book and all that, and then what happens to Rachel McAdams' character at the end was just kind of surprising because I completely forgot. But she is just so unrecognizable in this movie. I actually didn't know it was her until it was pointed out to me. I never thought it was her because she just does not look like herself whatsoever. Also, last month picked up Mamma Mia, Here We Go Again. So picked up Mamma Mia, the movie. Not really a fan of this one. I think the second one is better, and I'm not really a fan of the second one. But my girlfriend's a massive fan of the Mamma Mia movie, so it's good to have them on stock for when she wants to watch them. Also, we did get the new Christopher Nolan movie, Tenet. Kind of just getting the movies I didn't have in my collection to kind of have in my collection for Christopher Nolan. So picked up Inception on 4K. I only actually seen this one for the first time during quarantine. Just whatever way the world worked out, I never actually got to see it. But watched it during quarantine with my sister, and I was just amazed by how good this movie is. And also was kind of disappointed in myself that I hadn't watched it prior to that. Also, picked up The Prestige on a Blu-ray steelbook. I seen this one again during quarantine for the first time. It was never on my radar. Then I was just kind of flicking through Amazon Prime one day. It came up, watched it, and then like 2 days later I got an email from Zavi letting me know the Prestige steelbook is up for pre-order. So I immediately said, oh yeah, fuck it, I'll get the Prestige. So picked up the Prestige. The steelbook itself though, I think it's nice. It's nothing great. I probably should have just went with the 4K because it's just the exact same artwork, and then I would have had the Prestige on 4K. So now the only ones I don't own from Nolan are Memento, Insomnia, which actually doesn't have a Blu-ray release here in Ireland, and then the Following, which Insomnia and Following are the only ones I haven't seen yet. So I do want to watch those two as soon as possible. Also picked up the complete Despicable Me franchise. Besides the first one, I'm not really a fan of these movies. As I said in my ranking I did the other day, the first one I think is probably about a 60 or 70%. The rest of them I would give lower than a 30, especially Minions and Despicable Me 3. I just really wasn't a fan of those movies. But the box set I got for like €10, and then this was only 2, so I said I might as well have the complete collection just to have them. Also, with all the with the DC fandom event, all the Flash news, maybe you want to rewatch the Flashpoint, and I actually completely forgot I ordered this. I ordered this Day of Fandom, and it came a couple of days ago. I was like, what the hell is this? What could this be? And then I opened it, like, oh yeah, I forgot I ordered this. So haven't actually watched it yet. As you can see, it's still in the plastic, but sometime this month it'll be watched. I do like those DC animated movies. Well, some of them anyways. Also, another DC animated movie, Batman Hush. Just like DC fandom, everyone was talking about Hush in regards to the new Batman trailer, so I said Hush is, well, yeah, I picked this one up. So I picked that one up on Amazon for like €4. I will watch. I have the comic book I think somewhere around here, but I actually don't know anything about this. So again, this will be one that'll be watched in the next couple of days. I also picked up Batman the Animated Series. This has just been one of those series I've actually wanted to watch for the longest time. finally went down to a price I was happy to pay. It was only like €40, so 45 euro for the Blu-ray, so I was happy to pay that as well. This is a show me and my girlfriend can watch together. I'm a fan of Batman, she's a fan of animated TV shows, like she's a massive fan of the Avatar series at the moment, so this is a show we can actually watch together because we haven't watched a show together in a good long time. Also, I'm going to try and get the Avatar box set as well as whatever the sequel series is called, because I want to watch Avatar, she wants to watch the sequel series, so that way we can actually watch a few of these types of TV shows together. Also, pick up the last stack of them here. Doctor Who season 6. I'm just collecting these Doctor Who steelbooks. Season 6 is probably actually my favorite design for the steelbook so far. We haven't got any pre-orders yet for season 7, so who knows when that will be, but I will definitely get season 7 because I've got 2, 3, 4 specials, 5, 6 and 12. I want season 1 really badly just to complete the collection, but it's like of €200, like the cheapest I found for season 1, and I'm not paying €200 for a steelbook, so eventually I'll get that at a decent price, fingers crossed. Also, picked up Airplane. I've only ever seen this movie one time 4 years ago. Thought it was funny enough, and then I just said, you know, the steelbook came out, it was only like €10. I said, okay, I'll pick up the steelbook, I'll re-watch it. My kind of downside with the steelbook is I don't like when steelbooks like this, when the hour continues onto the back, but it doesn't need to continue onto the back, because as you can see, it doesn't really take a bunch of the back, so I just kind of find that to be a disappointing looking steelbook. But I actually am looking forward to watching this, just because a lot of people still talk about how great that movie is, and maybe there's just something I didn't get in it the first time I watched it. So, picked up Marriage Story, first Criterion Collection Blu-ray as well for this one. I love this movie from last year. I thought the performances was great. When this came out for pre-order, I didn't actually order it straight away. I was kind of contemplating whether or not I should get it, but then I kind of, the week of or the week before, I said, you know what, let's actually just get Marriage Story and give it a go again, because I do love this movie. Of course, it is on Netflix, but I'm a physical media collector, so of course I'm going to pick it up. Also, Dirty Dancing. This is one of those movies I watched for the first time this year. People always go on about how great it was, and then it was on Netflix, so I watched it, really enjoyed it, and then last Wednesday they were playing it in my local Cineworld, so I went and seen it on the big screen, which was pretty cool. And then I said, you know what, I don't even have the Blu-ray, so I picked up the Blu-ray. But this is one of those cool box sets where it was only €4, but it comes with lots of great stuff. Like, it comes with all these scene cards. We get an actual, like, a big enough poster for Dirty Dancing itself, and then we got a little brochure for the little camp resort they're at. It's just all this stuff. I just like when movies or Blu-rays do this kind of stuff, where they don't have to do this kind of stuff, but they do it, and they just put the effort into it, and it just makes it a bit more unique than just your regular Blu-ray, especially for the price I'm paying. The only other one I can think of I have like this is Argo, and that was kind of my complaint when I did the unboxing for Marriage Story. I kind of said I wish they kind of had stuff in it like that. Now they do have the letters from the two main characters, but I just like when stuff like that. I thought Criterion would do more stuff like that, just because because it's a little bit extra cost, I thought maybe it would do something like that, but it didn't really. Also, kind of getting ready for Christmas, I ordered How the Grinch Stole Christmas. I've never seen this. So I don't know why, I don't know no reason behind it. I just never seen this one growing up. And then me and my girlfriend, we're kind of going through Christmas Blu-rays I don't own that we should get so we can be ready for Christmas, because I don't want it to be like December 19th, we want to watch it, we don't have it there, so I don't have to wait a couple of days for it to come in. So I just kind of ordered a few Christmas Blu-rays for us to watch together, this being one of them. And the other one is actually not even here, but it is Love Actually. You know what, I'll get it right now. So here we go, Love Actually. I'm not a massive fan of this. I do have fun with it, I do enjoy it. Girlfriend, not so much. She's not really the rom-com type. I'm definitely the one who prefers these romantic movies, romantic comedies. I'm the guy who likes this. She doesn't really like this. But one of the reasons I definitely picked this up is because if she's going to make me watch Polar Express every Christmas, which is a movie I hate, I'm going to make her watch Love Actually every Christmas, which is a movie she hates. So it all evens out. Also, another rom-com that is for me, not for her. The Notebook. I was very surprised with this. I watched it some point this month on Netflix, and I was like, wow, I really enjoy it. Now, it is a bit stupid. Some of it is really, really stupid, but I just really, of course, Rachel McAdams again, as I said, massive fan of Rachel McAdams. So, picked up the Blu-ray so I can watch it again. Now, all I have to do is convince my girlfriend to watch The Notebook with me. Okay, now we're into the horror movies. Picked up the Ouija Collection. I watched the first one during quarantine. It was the only one on Netflix, and I was like, okay, that was a piece of shit. Never bothered with it. And then I found this box set for €10, and then it was just €7 just for Origins of Evil. I said, okay, I'll put the extra €3, get the first one in there too, just in case the next one ever comes out or anything. But Origins of Evil is a lot better. It actually is a good horror movie compared to the first one, which I think is close to dog shit compared to a good horror movie. And then another horror movie I watched during quarantine, The Gift. This one has always been on my radar to watch, and I finally watched it, and I was really surprised by it, because Jason Bateman has always been the funny guy to me, and then just to see him in this movie, I was really taken back and really surprised, and it's really, I don't want to say anything about it, but if you haven't seen it, I highly recommend you pick up The Gift and give it a watch. Also, another one during quarantine, these are, you know what, the rest of these are all during quarantine. Picked up Carrie. I watched this one for the first time, and I was I knew the basics, like this scene, of course, I knew that, but I didn't really know anything else. And the movie, it's weird. It's really weird. It's got a young John Travolta, which, like, I was like, holy shit, John Travolta's in this, and I was kind of surprised by the movie itself. I did enjoy it, and I do want to give it a rewatch. And as well, I picked it up on Steelbook, and I like the Steelbook. I got this cheap as well. I was surprised to get, like, a fucking, is it Blu-ray? Yeah, it's Blu-ray Steelbook. An Arrow Blu-ray Steelbook. I think it's my second Arrow Blu-ray, but I got it for cheap enough, so of course I had to pick that up. I don't know if this is a hint or anything, but Bates High School, is that a reference to Psycho? Bates Motel? I don't know. It could be. Kind of hope it is, but you know. And then the other one that came with my Braveheart 4K was Cabin in the Woods. I watched this and everyone goes, oh yeah, it's not like you think it'd be. I was expecting it to be kind of like an Evil Dead type of movie, and I was shocked to see what type of movie this actually is. It's nothing like you'd ever think. It's just, I don't want to say anything. If you haven't seen it, do yourself the favor, watch Cabin in the Woods. It's not what you're going to expect at all. Also, it has a young Chris Hemsworth before he became Thor, so that was kind of cool as well. And then do these two together. Picked up Insidious Chapter 1, 2, and 3. This was a franchise that there was the bank holiday Monday in April, and because we couldn't leave our houses, there was nothing to do. I seen all 4 of them were on Netflix, so I said, yeah, that's why I'm going to spend my day watching the Insidious movies. And after a while, the Insidious movies kind of dragged, especially by the 4th one, so I haven't picked up the 4th one. I might pick up the 4th one and rewatch it and see if it's any better, but the first time I watched it, I kind of thought it was a bit of a drag, but again, that could be because I watched 1, 2, and 3 all before that. But 1 I think is great, 3 I think is great, 2 I thought was like all the potential I had from the first movie. I just hope they completely wasted it. So this is a franchise again I think I will do again in a whole day rewatch. But the first one I just think is one of those great horror movies. Also, it is directed by James Wan, and then in Insidious 3 is directed by Lee Winnell, who also directed Invisible Man as far as I know. And then onto the pop vinyls. First 2 go together, of course. It is Doc and Marty. I do own the original ones from 5-6 years ago, but they released these recently, and I jumped on them straight away. Jumped on them. I'm like, Back to the Future, it's my favorite movie of all time. I consider the trilogy the best trilogy of all time because I watched them as one movie. If I watch 1, I have to watch 2 and 3. If I watch 2, I end up watching 3 and then jumping back to 1. It's an endless cycle you can't break. But there's so many of these ones I'm gonna get. Like, I want to get there. If you can see, can you see? Yeah, you got Marty with shades. I really want to get that. You got Biff. I'm not really tempted to get Biff, but I want to get Future Doc, Future Marty, and Marty with his vest in the camera. I'm kind of not really tempted to get Marty with the vest, just because the original one I have is like that. But again, the original Doc I like because he's got the remote control, but the original Marty is just the boring ones with their arms down by their side. So I think I might get the other one because he's got the camera. It's a bit cooler. Also, another horror icon. It's probably one of the last horror icons for the moment because there's not really many other ones I can get. But I finally got a Freddy. I had to order this one from Australia back in, I want to say May, early June. I ordered this one. It took ages to get here. I got to the stage where I didn't think it was actually going to show up because around the same time I ordered a V for Vendetta Steelbook, which still hasn't arrived. I contacted the guy, he just ignored my email. So I assume I've been ripped off and I'm not getting my V for Vendetta Steelbook, so I was kind of afraid the same thing might happen to this because it was taking so long. But it came in there a while ago, came in, having no idea what it was. I'm like, oh yeah, finally this came in, and I really like this. Out of these ones, the early horror ones, when they just look generic, like the Jason Voorhees one I'm not really a fan of that one, but this one, I was kind of, in the picture I was thinking, oh, it doesn't look good, but in person, I really like that Freddy design. So I will be opening him up, and I'll be putting him, Michael, and Jason Voorhees in a line together with Michael Myers right in the middle. And the final two, I went to Omniplex, not Saturday 2 weeks ago, and they had a Christmas day. So me and my girlfriend spent the whole day there. I had a Christmas jump around and everything. We seen Elf first, we seen Home Alone, and then Die Hard. And after Die Hard, I was so hyped for Die Hard, I ended up picking up a Hansgruber pop vinyl. This has just been one that's been on my mind for ages. I have a John McClane. I like Die Hard is my favourite action movie. I watch it every Christmas Eve. So I ended up picking up the Hansgruber one, which is just one I'm surprised I didn't own up to now, because he is one of the greatest movie villains of all time, so I was surprised I just didn't own that one. And then lastly, in my entire haul for this month, picked up a Santa Claus, just like the Hansgruber. I was in a Christmassy mood when I ordered it, so I ordered that as well. I am kind of very excited for Christmas at the moment. My brother has recently discovered the Tim Allen Santa Claus movie, so they are kind of on repeat in my house at the moment. So Santa Claus has been on my mind, so I immediately picked him up. Also, I did order the other one. It was meant to be here today. Hopefully it comes in tomorrow, but by next month I will have both of these Santa Clauses, and I love this one, but seeing the second one, like, why didn't I order that one first? Because I just love the second one, the one with the actual beard and all, the one that actually looks like Santa. Because like I grew up with these movies. I'm probably gonna do a ranking of them up at Christmas, probably Christmas Eve, but I am excited to properly watch them, because I've only sat down and watched a couple of scenes with him, because as I said, Santa Claus is on our house all the time at the moment. But let me know what your favorite thing I picked up in the month of August was. Let me know what you picked up in the month of August. Click that subscribe button so you can see more videos from me in the future. Working on a few rankings, like I just did the Despicable Me franchise a couple of days ago, so if you want to see my ranking on that, just click that subscribe button. It's right there in the channel right now. And as always, thanks for watching.